There was a thing on a British series back in 2019 showing images from the satellite above us. And it showed how man would, the colors of the earth below him. And it'll go over in China where a whole section of China is all yellow. And this is the flowers, blooming flowers at this time. Every year it's the same thing. And every year the people who own bees go in there and collect nectar from and pollen from the fields. And it only lasts a couple of weeks. And then they spray it, they insecticide the place. Oh well, as they're saying, it's having an effect on bees. Real effect on bees. And if they lose the bees, all that is going to sit there. It will flower one year and it won't flower the next. So they have to be very careful what they spray or find a substitute. And they showed Holland, fields of tulips in the springtime in Holland. And you saw rows and rows of all these different colors, and then you saw the machines go back and forth. Of course, they're passing over it every all the time, so many times an hour. But it's very interesting how things change color. One of the things that change colors is the how man has expanded. I mean, really expanded over areas. You saw what it was 20 years ago, say Las Vegas, what it is now, or 30 years ago. Yeah, and what it is now. We're filling up the planet. We're filling up the good farmland, to be exact. The apartment that's here used to be farmland. But of course, then they build the apartment and they put the streets in, what have you. It also has the effect upon what used to be green and sunlight would, for forests and everything else. Now it's asphalt. That changes the temperature, and cities can change between night and day, 20 degrees or more. Some cities are having gardens on their roofs for big buildings, little forests on the roofs. Other cities are requiring that people who build homes have reflected roofs, which, but you still the problem with CO2. Other things that show the fields of Greenland and how those fields are being fed. The Greenland thing, you up from way up space, you can see these little blue dots around Greenland, until you start zooming in and finding out those little dots are 5 miles across lakes, 3 feet deep, in areas that would never have lakes because of the global warming. And well, it's 3 times as fast in the summertime heating up than the rest of it. Well, you got midnight sun. The sun doesn't set, most of the planet. So of course it's hot. But they say it's melting at such a rate, and it's going to, each year it's getting warmer and warmer. Well, let me see, in Death Valley it's 134 degrees. Yeah, that's great. And 100 miles away it's 110 degrees. And if starvation doesn't take us, heat exhaustion will. And, well, you lose 10,000 people a year to heat exhaustion. Mostly older people who die. Mm-hmm. But it'll change. You see lakes change color, usually from fertilizer, algae blooms. The Great Barrier Reef in Australia as it changed color from color to bleach. Wow. That is the problem. And how they change forests. The land goes from forests to farm fields to desert. They looked at Somalia. It went from green to desert. Wind patterns and rain changes. That is a problem. But we have done it to ourselves, and we were warned long ago not to do it. But we do it anyway. So